question. A man who has exhibited over 25 years of dominance in sports entertainment.
And that dominance will continue before our very eyes tonight.
Weighing in at 255 pounds, the Pain Triple H.
It's all about the game and how you play it, and nobody plays it better than Triple H.
The cerebral assassin, an unbelievable talent in the ring, the sadistic son-in-law, the chairman of WWE. Intimidation and mind games have already begun for Triple H. Because the moment the music hits, Triple H begins to defend his kingdom.
Well, that's because Triple H looks at every competitor as a threat to his crowd.
He's just brutalizing his opponent with that table.
Well, I guess it's better than being put through a table, but not by much. A lot of guys call themselves the... Look at this, Cole. He don't look too worried about this match.
Well, he should be. Until that bell rings, this is still anyone's match.
Randy Orton's a mouthy little punk, Cole, and that's exactly the kind of guy that superstars will line up around the block to get a shot at.
Orton's never backed down from a fight, Taz. His mouth might get him in trouble, but he never seems unprepared for it.
This has been a great match so far, and I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork involved, Cole. But if you're going to be snippy, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Wow, if I knew it was that easy, I would have said that years ago.
Man, even if you end up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well. And having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain is that much worse.
Emotional? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I've been in the locker room after a match and seen the superstars don't get their hands raised. You can literally feel the disappointment. I think someone's been taking flying lessons, Taz.
Damn! He just broke his opponent in half at the table.
He might break the table in half on his opponent. The table's been broken in half, and so has his opponent.
These superstars have been going hard all match.
They sure have, and that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE superstars comes into play.
No doubt, Cole. There ain't no way you're going to win a match if you're out of gas 2 minutes into it.
You can say that again. I've seen matches won and lost simply because one superstar was able to outlast their opponent. And there's the reversal. Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
Oh, come on, Cole. You know, you should let me train you. You could be Cruiserweight champion in like a year.
Oh, no.
He's been looking for that all match, Cole, and now he's taking advantage.
Come on, partner, taking it.
Man, that's why foreign objects are a superstar's best friend.
Well, I guess that depends on which end of the object you're on. What a reversal.
Triple H is the man, Cole. I've been in the ring with this dude, and I'm not ashamed to say he took me to the limits, and he got the victory. I've got a lot of respect for anyone who can pull that one off.
Wait a second. You're telling me that your entire opinion of the man is based on the fact that he beat you in a match years ago?
Yep, that's my opinion.
but what about the cheating, the lying, the brutal and illegal assaults on fellow superstars? What about the fact that Triple H's lust for power has completely killed whatever conscience he had?
What do you want me to say to you, Cole? What do you want me to say? The game's a competitor. He's a winner. He knows what's going to keep him on top and what's not. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I hate the guy for doing what he's got to do to get ahead.
This capacity crowd is making their... My God, he's slamming his opponent's face right into the table.
Yeah, the thing about flesh-beating wood is, the wood usually wins. You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulled for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
Into the crowd they go. I can't believe it.
Believe it, Cole. These superstars are nuts. I can't deny that the legend killer Randy Orton had a pretty impressive career so far, Cole, but he better be careful that he don't burn out. I love it. Talk about rubbing your opponent's face in it.
Yes, but this might not be the smartest course of action. This match is far from over. I think the SmackDown locker room is extremely grateful that Triple H is not a part of it.
Then the SmackDown locker room was full of idiots. Man, what a chair shot. Reminds me of the old ECW days.
If that's your idea of good old days, I'm glad I wasn't around for them.
Hey, the ref's got a tough job. I mean, trying to keep these superstars on the up and up, that's hard.
Well, it's easier to get some superstars to play by the rules than others.
And you know what, Cole? If you're going to get on your high horse again and give us another lecture about playing fair, I swear to God, I'm going to throw up.
Is it so wrong to ask a superstar to play by the rules, Taz? It doesn't seem to be so unreasonable to me.
That's because you never competed in a match, Cole. If you did, you'd know that you got to do whatever it takes to win. And if that means bending the rules a bit, well then, that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
I don't believe it. He put his opponent right through the table.
Watch it. He reversed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display of athletic ability here tonight.
What do you expect, Cole? He's a WWE superstar for crying out loud. They're the greatest athletes in the world.
True enough, Taz. There's no off-season for them. There's no month or two off between matches.
It sure ain't, Cole. I mean, these guys are here week in and week out, and every night they leave it in the ring.
And they do it all for the WWE fans, Taz. Without them, none of us would even be here.
There's not a superstar in the locker room who can afford to ignore these fans, Cole.
That reversal might stop his opponent's momentum dead.
I'll tell you, all the WWE superstars are legit tough guys. But these...
Uh-oh. Looks like he's got something big planned.
Pedigree. They don't get much bigger than that, Cole. Oh, look at that. He's bleeding like a stuck pig.
I can't tell if that's a cut or a broken nose, but either way, the referee might need to stop this fight.
The ref's not going to stop the match, Cole. It's just a little blood. Come on, be a man, will you?
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
You're not going to hear me say this much, Cole, but I definitely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long feud.
I don't know how nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match might only exasperate them.
Please, Cole, watch your language, will you? Now that's the way you do it. Let your opponent know who the boss is.
Or you can just keep posturing and give your opponent time to recover. My God, how is a human body supposed to withstand that kind of impact?
Well, if you keep getting hit like that, you don't. Plain and simple.
And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant directed at the superstars in the ring.
Yeah, and you can't let that break your focus. But that's easier said than done. Man, I'm telling you, from my in-ring experience, trust me, you could cut this tension with a knife.
I don't think you need in-ring experience to feel the tenacity. I don't think that chair is going to be good for much after this match.
Well, it's good for what he used it for, and that's all that really matters. These superstars are on top of their game, but only one of them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
Well, what do you want, Cole?
Through the table. His opponent's in no shape to stop him now.
This could be 3 right here. 1, 2, 3.
One of the most prolific competitors in WWE history.
Without question, a man who has exhibited over 25 years of dominance in sports entertainment.
And that dominance will continue before our very eyes tonight.
Connected. Bring in at 255 pounds. The Pain.
Well, I'll tell you this much. There ain't no doubt in my mind that Mark Henry really is the world's strongest man. The power of this guy is purely awesome.
It's downright scary is what it is, Taz. We've seen Mark Henry tear apart superstar after superstar, and I hope we're not about to see more of the same here tonight.
Everyone who gets in the ring with Mark Henry knows exactly what to expect. And if they're dumb enough to do it, then that's their problem.
He wasted no time going for that pin. Vito is absolutely ruthless, and I, for one, hope that he meets his match here tonight.
Let me tell you something right now.
Look out! The referee's been knocked out!
And this is where things start getting a little interesting, Cole.
Oh, no! The referee is down! What's going to happen now?
Anything and everything, Cole. No ref means no rules. Oh, God. The ref's on Dream Street, Cole. Anything goes now.
Unfortunately, you're right, Taz. There's no one to enforce the rules until the ref revives.
Whoa! Whoa! There goes the ref. Well, might as well chuck the rule book out the window now.
And that also means that there's no one to call a pinfall or submission. I'll never understand why Mark Henry resorts to the brutal tactics he uses against his opponents. He's already the worst.
Here's the cover.
This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No surprise there, Cole. The WWE opponent know who the boss is.
He'd better watch out, though. His cockiness could backfire in a major way.
Talk about an intimidating dude. Gee whiz. Snitsky's got everything it takes to be a real dominating superstar right here in the WWE.
That's what worries me. I'd hate to have a monster like Snitsky having his run of the place.
Nice quick counter. You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match. I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claimed to be completely objective, Taz. It's no secret I respect superstars who stick within the rules and show some sportsmanship in the ring.
You gotta understand, Cole, I know it ain't exactly kosher, but you're putting your body on the line in that. You gotta do whatever it takes to protect yourself and pick up the win.
Kaz, you're talking about two different things. Going outside the rules in the name of self-defense is one thing, but cheating to steal a victory and enhance your own career is something completely different. A textbook reversal. Can he follow up? Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
Oh, come on, Cole. You know, you should let me train you. You could be Cruiserweight champion in like a year.
Oh, no. I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructors look like pushovers.
Duh. They're just training people to go to war. I train them to be WWE superstars.
Well, thanks but no thanks, partner. I think I'll stick to announcing for now.
This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork involved, Cole.
Come on, ref. That should have been a disqualification right there.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, Cole, but it's not. It's not a disqualification.
Oh, no. We've seen this before.
We sure have. The Samoan spike. Oh, man, let me tell you, that's a move that'll take the fight out of you in a heartbeat. This is one heck of a match so far.
It sure is.
There's the tag. Nice teamwork. I've seen matches won and lost because of moves like this.
I don't think I've ever seen a superstar make the kind of impact that
He tagged his partner. He slipped out of that one.
What a counter that was.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
I just think it's unfortunate whenever a superstar decides to cheat to win, rather than compete. Oh, no. The referee is down. What's going to happen now?
Anything and everything, Cole. No referees, no rules. Wow, now that one's not the rule book. But you know what they say? It's not a crime if you don't get caught.
I don't believe it. How could the referee have missed that?
Man, this match is so good, it's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
Thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not always my #1 choice for a broadcast partner, right?
You know what you should do, Girl Pants? You should team up with Jerry Lawler. Then it could be the king and queen on commentary.
Real funny, Taz. You know, that would almost be worth not having to work with a joker like you all the time.
Oh, man, these fans are fired up now.
They sure are, and you know that's going to have an effect on this match. Each of these competitors, what a cowardly move. He can't win fair and square, so he tries to screw his opponent out of the victory.
Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with him doing whatever it takes to win the match. If it was that bad, the ref would have DQ'd him, right? Man, you talk about superstars who ain't got an ounce of quit in them, huh? You're looking at them right here.
And that's a potentially dangerous mindset to be in. If you're too proud to realize that you're in trouble, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
Look, Cole, this ain't ballet. You gotta go in there every single match and be willing to do whatever it takes. You'd know that if you actually stepped in between the ropes.
I don't have to have been in a match to realize that jeopardizing my future for the sake of one match is incredibly short-sighted.
Cole, I swear, I'm gonna replace you with someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Maybe Carlito. He might be a little tough to understand sometimes, but at least he knows what it's like to wrestle a match.
I don't know how Raw can allow a monster like Gene Snitsky to compete on their brand.
Simple, Cole. They know that a big, mean dude like Snitsky makes the rest of their guys bring it up just a little bit of a notch. You can't just go through the motions when you're in a match with a guy who wants to rip your head off your body.
Well, I think it's a terrible thing to do to your superstars just for the sake of a few ratings points.
These superstars give everything they got. Oh, man. Did you see that? He busted him wide open.
After that last shot, I'm not surprised. I hope the referee doesn't let this go on too much longer.
Are you nuts or what? This match is just starting to get good now. When you see this level of competition, Cole, there is no doubt that SmackDown's just head and shoulders better than Raw.
I couldn't agree more, Taz. Raw has some incredible superstars, no question about it. But they just can't compete with SmackDown's finest.
Come on, Cole. I know you're just trying to be diplomatic, but you can't seriously sit there and say that there's anyone on the Raw roster you'd want to have here on SmackDown. Well, it looks like they're slowing the pace down a little bit here. That might not be such a good move, in my opinion.
Well, come on. You just can't keep going non-stop. That's a good way to wear yourself out and make a critical mistake.
No, but you can't give the opponent any time to recover, neither. You gotta stay on him and wear him down.
Well, what about picking your spot? If you try to execute a badly timed move just because you want to stay on offense, that can have a disastrous result.
I'll tell you what, Cole. Let me talk about what it's like to be in a match like this, and you can cover what it's like to win the team. Deal?
It sounds like this capacity crowd is something on their minds, Taz.
Yeah, and thousands of paying customers can't be wrong. These superstars have been going hard all match.
They sure have. And that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE... And there's the pin!
I'll tell you, instead of showboating to the fans, maybe you should really keep your head to this match.
Come on, Taz. You're looking at a superstar who can feed off the crowd and use that energy to win the match. Oh, would you look at this? Talk about arrogant. It's sickening.
Actually, I think it's great. That's not arrogance, that's confidence. And that's what wins matches. Can you believe this match so far, Cole?
I really can't, Taz. This isn't anything like what I expected from these competitors.
Yeah, I gotta admit, they're surprising the hell out of me here. This could be big, but it could backfire real bad, too. I feel like a real jerk when somebody counters you like that.
He was one step ahead.
Going up the turnbuckle hurts a heck of a lot less than coming down from the turnbuckle. There's not a superstar in the locker room who can afford to ignore these fans, Cole.
You're right about that. Without the fans, we'd all be out of a job.
Hey, the ref's got a tough job. I mean, trying to keep these superstars on the up and up, that's hard.
Well, it's easier to get some superstars to play by the rules than others.
Hey, you know what, Cole? If you're going to get on your high horse again and give us another lecture about playing fair, I swear to God, I'm going to throw up.
Is it so wrong to ask a superstar to play by the rules, Taz? That doesn't seem to be so unreasonable to me.
That's because you never competed in a match, Cole. If you did, you'd know that you got to do whatever it takes to win. And if that means bending the rules a bit, well then, that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
I think that if one of these superstars successfully executes their finishing move, this one is over.
That ain't necessarily the case, Cole. Just because...
I knew it was only a matter of time before we saw that. I don't like it, but as long as it wins matches, it's going to keep happening.
That's the bottom line, Cole. If you're not doing...
I think these fans know what's coming next.
You know it, Cole. The F.U. Man, get a load of that. Who the hell?
He's going for the pin. This could be it.
Quite simply, the greatest of all time, John Cena.
And from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, John.
Lock the doors. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Friends. Burn it down.
Here comes the head of the table, the tribal chief.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Bloodline. From Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at
Nice reversal.
These superstars are on top of their game, but only one...
Look at that. That's going to go over big with the fans and build some momentum at the same time.
You really got to watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like this. You know, instead of showboating to the fans, maybe you should really keep your head to this match.
Come on, Taz. You're looking at a superstar who can feed off a crowd and use that energy to win the match.
Watch it. He reversed it. Oh, God. The ref's on Dream Street, Cole. Anything goes now.
Unfortunately, you're right, Taz. There's no one to enforce the rules until the ref revives. Look out! The referee's been knocked out.
And this is where things start getting a little interesting, Cole.
I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight, Taz.
It's a great thing to hear, Cole. I'm all in favor of freedom of expression, whether I agree with what they're saying or not. These WWE fans just can't get enough of these superstars.
And I'm glad to see it. A WWE match isn't just about Look at him, he's just radiating confidence. And he's got a lot to be confident about.
Yeah, well, he looks a little overconfident to me, Cole. And that could come back to bite him on a you-know-what. Well, it looks like they're slowing the pace down a little bit here.
Oh, my God. What an impact. Right off the cage wall.
Oh, man. Right into the cage. I don't know if it's me or not, Cole. I don't know if this is the way it is or what the story is, but I think Shelton Benjamin has gotten a little too big for his britches since he went to Raw.
I don't get that impression. I think, if anything, Benjamin has matured over these last couple of years. He's well on his way to becoming a true main eventer.
You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claimed to be completely objective, Taz. It's no secret I respect superstars who stick within the rules and show some sportsmanship in the ring.
You gotta understand, Cole. I know it ain't exactly kosher, but oh, jeez, look at this. Pandering to the crowd.
Nothing wrong with keeping the paying customers happy while you build some momentum, Taz.
Man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that these fans love him, Taz, and he's feeding off that energy right now.
Whoa! I think these fans have got a little something they want to share with us.
That's their right, Taz. They paid for their ticket.
This is exactly what you can't let happen if you want to win a match like this. Going up the turnbuckle hurts a heck of a lot less than coming down from the turnbuckle.
My God, look at the viciousness, the brutality of this assault.
That's why matches like these are career shorteners. Even if you win, you end up losing in life. This has been a great match so far, and I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
If he didn't make sure his opponent was out, this is going to be a very short clock. He just forced his opponent back into this match with authority.
Man, I almost feel bad for JR.
He's bleeding all over the place. This one's getting ugly.
It's definitely not pretty, but it's definitely effective, Cole. Look, here's the deal. You make your opponent bleed, and you got the psychological edge over. Case closed.
Maybe so, but I'm more concerned about the risk to his physical well-being now that he's been busted open.
This is one heck of a match, so you can't blame him for wanting out of that cage, Cole.
Watching these superstars.
You gotta make sure your opponent's on Dream Street before you start making a break for it. Oh, that was a bonehead move. There's no way you're gonna make it out like that. There's a dude with guts. These top rope moves are risky.
Here we go. He's making his escape.
He dodged that bullet.
Watching Shelton Benjamin in action like this brings back fond memories of his tag team days on SmackDown. They were I think someone's been taking flying lessons, Taz. Escape is only 10 feet away, but it's got to be the longest 10 feet of this superstar's life. I don't know if this is such a good move. This could be disastrous.
I gotta tell you, Cole, I thought I had this thing figured out, but now I got...
It's a long climb up the cage, but a quick and painful fall if you're not fast enough. This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No surprise there, Cole.
Look at that. He made it to the top of the cage. He's taking a little time to give his opponent a piece of his mind.
You sure you can spare it, Cole?
Man, this is going to be big, one way or the other.
These superstars have been going hard all match.
They sure have. And that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE superstars comes into play.
No doubt, Cole. There ain't no way you're going to win a match if you're out of gas 2 minutes into it.
You can say that again. I've seen matches won and lost simply because one superstar was able to outlast their opponent.
Man, I'm telling you, from my in-ring experience, he's at the top of the cage, Cole. I don't believe it.